There is one immutable fact that continues to prove itself true time and time again in the laws of the jungle. That is the jungle of commerce, of business. It is the laws of supply and demand. If you are selling a product that is in, well, very high supply, you can get it on every street corner, well, it's not that valuable. And definitely, if people aren't interested in it, there's no demand, well, it may be time to start a different entrepreneurial endeavor. But if, however, you may be selling something that is quite rare, like diamonds or gold, and the people want it, that's probably why so many Jewish people find themselves to be diamond dealers in New York City's Diamond District. However, these laws of supply and demand just govern this world down here. When it comes to the Almighty and His benevolence, of when He bestows upon the people all of the different gifts, the profitable gifts that we need to live, says the Alter of Kelm, as an experiment. Walk outside and see what you truthfully need, that which is profitable and valuable to you, and just see, not how rare it is, but how prevalent it is. If you need bread, it's hard not to find wheat to find bread. How prevalent is water? And certainly, think about it, how much does a human being just need air, and Hashem gave it to us everywhere? And conversely, the luxuries that are not a necessity of our successful Jewish and moral life, gold, diamonds, you may have to go to San Francisco or Africa just to mind their existence. And this, when you start to keep this in mind, following the tone of Sefer Devarim and the Torah, you may find this exact same concept to be told over to us time and time again inside of the Torah, where you will find and see the reiteration of some of the same concepts and principles that are so prevalent because of how great of a necessity they are to our existence. Just how many times can you think of that the Torah tells us about the Sabbath, Shabbos Kodesh, because it is so fundamental, like the air that we breathe. Something mentioned less, also of divine importance, but it may not play that same bedrock faith that we need just to be able to go and take even one step in our lives. Think about it. How many times is there a prohibition against avodah zarah, idolatry, and perhaps the most is the prohibition against following the ways of somebody who is an idolater, somebody who is a non-Jew, who's provoking and encouraging evil. But perhaps the most mentioned idea and concept of all of our religious lives is that of Zecher Yetzias Mitzrayim. It's hard to go even a couple psukim in the entire Torah and not bump into some mentioning of Hashem with His outstretched hand saving us from the hands of Egypt. Zecher Yetzias Mitzrayim. Truthfully, any Orthodox Jew would struggle to go but 3 hours in his day and not have some sort of message to be conveyed to him in the form of a mitzvah or an utterance of the redemption from the hands of Egypt. That is because it is the bedrock of our faith, and it is such a necessity that the Almighty gives it to us like air, for it is our emunah, and our emunah is a must-have resource. Zecher Yetzias Mitzrayim is like the air that we breathe. So don't be lulled to sleep and say, I've heard that phrase before, but instead let it penetrate your heart and encourage your true faith in Hashem as the God, the Jewish people that took us out of the land of Egypt.